We the worst music. We the worst music. DJ Khaled, you gotta pull up to the pulpit, bro. You're wildin'. Now listen, the only reason I'm gonna give you some type of grace is because I like a lot of your records, but you gotta pull up and respond to what Ace Hood talking about. Because I don't like it. I don't like nasty business. Me personally going through nasty business with other niggas. So you need to pull up and talk about it. Let's go.
This is the facts, I ain't even capping. Trapping got its course and I ain't paying for shit to happen. Niggas spin the yard, huh?
What's good, y'all? It's your boy Champ, aka Champion Style TV, aka Mr. Spin the Yard. I'm back with another reaction video. Make sure y'all stall off on that subscribe button, like, comment, share, all of that good stuff. I appreciate y'all. Thank you. Today we're gonna talk about this whole Ace Hood DJ Khaled situation. I don't like it. All right, I don't like it, especially me being someone who's been with a person or in business with a person that did bad business. I don't like it at all. So recently, Joe Budden had Ace Hood on his platform, and one of the questions that he asked was, did he feel like he was winning while he was on We the Best? And here's how he responded.
We winning? Were you winning?
Shit, well, from my
Yeah. 100%, I was winning.
No.
100%,
Maybe not in a
That
direction.
matters.
Maybe not in a direction you probably wanted to land in the future, but at the
Right.
moment, short term, it was the win.
Now, as you can see, when he was asked this question, you know, props to him, to Ace Hood, for responding in a mature manner and stuff like that. But his body language said otherwise, in my opinion, right? He said, yeah, he was winning, shrugged his shoulders, looked down a little bit, eye avoidance, you know what I'm saying? So that says that there's something else deeper going on from the inception. He just doesn't want to make it seem like he's, just going ham on Khaled and making him look like a bad person. It was like, yeah, he was winning, but he didn't describe how. Right? Everybody else in the room, spoke to that, not being in his experience. But he did not give an answer that was like, yeah, we was winning, you know what I mean? I had flew all over the world. I had, done shows here, there, and there. I done met some dope people, He definitely gave me a dope opportunity. He didn't say none of that, right? He just said, yeah, and glossed over it. Let's see what he's talking about next.
Yeah, because at that time, bro, I was trying to build, my goal was I wanted to build like real fans, like fans that pull up and buy tickets.
And stay
you know
with
what I'm saying?
Right.
And stay with me. You know what I'm saying? Like what I've built now. So what I recognized at that time is that you had a lot of artists, and even myself to a certain degree, that would have these big records, but couldn't per se sell out a 500, 600, 700 cap venue. You see what I'm saying? So to me, I'm like, that's the real bread. That's what we need to be, as opposed to me trying to be in these clubs, do the radio thing, which I think is great. But to me, I wanted to see that same thing carry over into like doing something major. So for me, I'm like, when I'm seeing other artists that's doing something similar, but not so much of the commercial, I'm seeing the codes and seeing people like build their fan bases and people show up. Even as me being a more successful commercial artist at that time, and I'm like, damn, I want more of that. I need more of the balance. You see what I'm saying? So to me, that was very intriguing for me. Because the radio hits is one thing, it keeps you in the club, and I'm like, man, we want to do festivals. We want to do 1,000 cap spots. You know what I'm saying? We want to be traveling the world. So it takes time to build that stuff. So that's the route that I went.
Now, here's one of the mistakes I think Ace Hood made. You got to remember, Ace Hood came on to We the Best Music in 2008, right? And when he came on board, Khaled was working with everybody, like people that were 10 times bigger than Ace Hood. So he's coming from whatever situation he's coming from and coming to that, right? Just being around star-studded celebrities, Khaled helping to make hits with these people. And he started doing a comparison when he was explaining this just now, right? He's doing a comparison to bigger artists than him, but I don't feel like he had put the work in yet, right? He had, a single or two or whatever the case may be, and it was dope, it was fire, but you can't say, oh, I wanted to be in stadiums and I wanted to, in contrast to nightclubs and doing radio runs, even though it's cool. You can't pitch yourself against the big dogs that done put the work in already, my brother. Like, you got to put the work in. You need a full-length album. You need a few before you really catch traction. So that was the first mistake I think Ace Hood made when coming to the label, was like looking at these big artists that Khaled's working with and comparing himself to them and wanting what they have. Let's continue to listen though.
Where did the 7 figures come from? Whose calculator?
That was crazy, man. And to me, I was wondering the same thing. I'm like, this got to be just off of like, just like bro just being a little hurt, I think, of just how the whole situation unraveled. I think that's what it was initially. for me to get out. Oh, because I owed my 5th album. So I owed another album on underneath like the whole label situation. So that's what he was saying. Was like, yo, you owed another album. I knew that, and it was like, I want this on top of that since you're not getting this album or whatever. And it was a little bit of like, shit, I'm hurting. This is what I'm charging you. This is what it's gonna be, right? But that was just the initial. Let me say that was just the initial, and I was pushed back. There was things that happened, conversations that transpired, that had to push some things forward. You see what I'm saying? Just to be transparent, dog. And then we got down to a reasonable number of like, hey, bro, this is what I can do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that, but I can give you this.
I got it. So what is the language? So you're signed to Khaled.
Right.
And Khaled
Right.
is signed to
Sony Red.
Was there language that said in the event that something happened with you and Khaled that Sony Red,
Could pick you up.
you're on Sony Red?
Yeah, pick up the yeah.
Yeah, was that?
No, there was no conversation around that.
That's fucked up.
No.
See, in my production deal, say if anything happened to them niggas, Def Jam, I'm still on Def
Yeah, you're still on
Jam.
Def.
Yeah, and that's not there. That's interesting
That's
to me.
a safety net.
Yeah. Oh, that was pushed back 1,000%. You know, shit. After that, man, bro sent me a situation of like, it's gonna take 7 figures to get out of this. It's gonna take $1 million plus to get out of the deal.
Slow down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Slow down. I just got to keep up, man. It's been a long day.
Yeah.
You're We the Best. At this time, We the Best is where? Interscope? Where's it?
We were
Universal?
Sony Red.
Sony Red.
We had just came out of with
God.
Cash Money, them boys had that big run, and then we got down to Sony Red.
I remember Sony Red. Okay.
Yep.
So it must be true then, Khaled. It must be true. If you're the CEO of We the Best Music, it's your label, it's your imprint. You have UMG over you, you have Def Jam over you. At another time, you had Cash Money over you and UMG over you. At a time before that, you had another 2 labels over you. I forgot which ones it was. Oh, Sony. You had Sony over you. So now, when it happens where Ace Hood wants to leave or he's leaving, there's no backup for him. There's no backup for him. There's no, okay, you're gonna go over to Sony or you're gonna go straight to Def Jam if things fall apart for us so you can continue to be a good artist and we still support you because you are bringing us back some bread. No, you wanted $1 million. You wanted $1 million because you was hurt. Your butt hurt. You was butt hurt, bro. Because that man wanted his fucking independence. That's sad, bro. That's sad. And what's even crazy is how Joe Budden said, damn, that's crazy. You know, when I signed to Def Jam and then I was with, Webb and Nitty, and on top, if anything wrong ever happened, Def Jam would pick me up and they'll pick up the pace. And that was when Joe Budden just had 1 single. That's crazy, bro. Like, Khaled, you got some explaining to do, bro. You better go on Speedy's podcast or Breakfast Club or something. So now, the reason Khaled, according to Ace Hood, the reason Khaled said, yo, it's gonna be $1 million is because he owed a 5th album. So he owed a 5th album not only to Khaled, he owed a 5th album to UMG and a 5th album to Def Jam. That's what it seems like. And Def Jam wanted their money back. And they probably, listen, Def Jam probably said, listen, man, all right, this ain't working out for you, Khaled, with this guy. Just give us like 200,000. Give us 200,000 back from our investment. And like Ace Hood just said, he was hurt. So he said, I'm gonna tax you 800,000 more. I'm gonna tax you 800,000 more. Cause you butt hurt me. I'm hurt. I don't know what to do. And that's where all of this stems from. That's where all of this stems from. It's sad, yo. It's sad. Cause I know for a fact, I know people at Def Jam. I know they didn't say, yo, give us $1 million back. I know that for a fact. And it was your 5th album. So my thing now is, why not just knock out the 5th album and say, here you go?
Why not just submit your 5th album and then you're a free agent? Or they was trying to push your project back until you did
well at
3 more projects.
Yeah, man, I get that. At that point, I feel like the damage was already done. You know what I'm saying? So by the time we had already reached that, some things had already went unfulfilled. So one of the major things is that I was pushing, even being under the label or whatever, I was still working the song. I had a song out with Ty Dolla $ign. This was when I was staying in L.A. And I was working the record. I put it on radio and everything. And there was some agreements that we had between each other of like, all right, I do this. You know what I'm saying? And then bro was going to come in on the back end. So I'm putting all my time and energy, shooting the videos, paying for everything, like, and then bro didn't come through on something. And that was a big deal on top of everything that we had already been dealing with. It's like, you know, the record, all right, if it reaches 300-400 spins on radio, I'm gonna take it from there and I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, add another budget on top. So to me, I'm like, all right, I feel really good. I felt empowered now because this is something that I got my hands on. This is something that I put together.
So Ace Hood had a record with Ty Dolla $ign that he was pushing and that he was moving. And Ace Hood and Khaled had an agreement. Like, okay, Ace Hood is gonna front his own money to get the video done, to do his radio run, whatever he gotta do, right? To make sure the song is done at its full potential. And Khaled, according to Ace Hood, he must have promised him like, yo, you know, I'm gonna make sure you get that back and then some, or I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna cover that for you, right, as his artist. And he didn't. Ace Hood clearly states he did not fulfill an arrangement, an agreement that they had. And that must have left Ace Hood in the hole a couple of $100,000 maybe, or just a couple thousand. So I would feel away. And he said it was after shit was already shaky. So now I really don't trust you. I really don't want to fuck with you now. I can't fuck with you now. I need to leave. I just spent whatever money I spent. You told me that I would get that back. However, we got a situation worked out and you don't come through. Shame on you, Khaled.
For me, I wanted to feel like this was mine and not just somebody trying to come in and just, you know, the hook should sound like this or the beat should sound like that or this or that. This is my vision, and I wanted that vision, that which is mine, to be supported. Because that's how you show me you support me in my way and not just everything that you want.
Right.
So to me, when that didn't happen, that put a bad taste of like, damn, man, like I thought my boy was...
Wait, Ace Hood, so you was, hold up. So you was tired of Khaled diddying you. You was tired of Khaled diddying you. And when I say diddying you, I don't mean it in that fashion. I don't mean it in that manner at all, my brother. I mean dancing all in your videos. Suge Knight voice. Dancing all in your videos, all over your ad-libs, telling you what beats to pick, telling you who's gonna feature on the song, constructing the whole thing and then saying he's the major producer of the record, taking 50 points. That's the type of shit that nigga Khaled was doing, and you were tired of it. I get it, my brother. I get it, Ace Hood. You was tired of it. You was like, enough is enough. I don't want a nigga screaming all in my videos, in my records, telling me what beats to pick, telling me to rap like this, use this cadence. It was suppressing your creativity. I get it, because your music sounds so much purer now.
When people started to bring me stuff of just being treated unfairly. Like, so people in the hood and the communities would stop me and be like, bro, you getting treated da-da-da-da. Wayne them doing this, Bird over here doing this for Wayne. He allowing brother to be free. He giving brother da-da-da. So, you know, it's all that going on. I never really paid attention to that because we were always close-knit. But once the in-house stuff started happening, I was like, damn. Once people that's actually close to him started telling me stuff, I'm like, I ain't even, and they volunteering this information because they know the heart that I got. They know the type of person that I am.
Listen, I don't care what nobody say, yo. I don't care what nobody say. When people in the streets start pulling up on you, people that's on that person's side that you're supposed to be doing business with start coming to you that's in their inner circle and saying, yo, you're being treated unfairly, you're being treated poorly. When they start telling you that shit fuck with a man's ego. Because now it's like, yo, I got kids I gotta feed. Ace Hood got children. Shout out to all the fathers out there. Now you telling this man, or you're putting this man in a position where he's not eating. He's not eating the way he should. He was once providing at a certain level. And now all of a sudden he has to come down here, right? Based off of the fuck shit that you're doing. Basically, Khaled, you just fucked up another man's life for a period. Luckily, this is a strong black man who has a mind, who has sound mind, who can see past the shit. Unfortunately, he went through it, you know, probably because he was young. A lot of times when we're young and we're vulnerable, we tend to make decisions prematurely and just ignore things because we're just grateful for the opportunity and we just want to be loyal to that individual. I went through the same shit, so I get where Ace Hood is coming from. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate y'all. Please leave a comment below and let me know what y'all think about this, yo. Does it bother y'all that Khaled did Ace Hood like that? Did Ace Hood make any mistakes on his own that y'all would like to comment on that? And do y'all think that, you know, Ace Hood and Khaled can reconnect and make something like really, really dope together? Can they just quell their issues and say, yo, let's come together, let's get a studio, you do what you want to do, you pick your beats or whatever, and I'm gonna back you, and I'll give you a little something on top. Do y'all think that's possible? Let me know in the comments. Salute. Spin the yard.
This is the facts, I ain't even capping. Trapping got its course and I ain't paying for shit to happen. Niggas spin the yard, huh?